All right, what's up?
Okay, my wife is fixing to have 30 years in the school system, and they're pressuring her, making real heavy suggestions about she needs to go on the job program.
Wait a minute, wait. You're breaking up.
But-
You're breaking up. I understood something about drop program. Your wife's been in the school system for 30 years?
She's fixing to be 30, and they're 30-year appointment. They're wanting her to go in the drop program, but she's only 58 now.
Okay.
So she needs, with her age, to work till 67, right, on Social Security.
Okay.
What's the difference between, like, 63 to 65, 67 on her, on getting out with Social Security?
In other words, how much would her Social
she
Security
lose?
buy if she takes Social Security early?
Correct.
Yeah, like it's 63 or
60. She could take it to 62.
Right. So it's about an 8% haircut per year.
Right, or about a 25% in total. If you look at the difference between what you get at 62 and full retirement age, so you take a reduction. Whether or not you should do that is really a function of your own personal financial situation.
Exactly. It's surprising that when we prepare financial plans, we will typically throw in 3 different options and do some what-if calculations. Well, what if you decide to take it at the early age of 62? What happens if you wait till full retirement at, say, 66 and 6 months or 67, depending on your date of birth, and what happens at age 70? And intuitively, I think a lot of time we believe the longer we wait, the better off the success is of the financial plan. And that's true for a good bit of the time, but it's not always true. So this is where the value of a financial plan is really important to consider having one of those done. We have some software in our office that we use called Social Security Analyzer that we put in both spouses' information, and it will come up with, we can enter in various scenarios that will allow us to identify what looks best, but we still test that in a financial plan as well.
Right. We plug in those numbers and then look at how it enters into your own personal situation with all the other things that need to be considered. Any pensions that your wife will have a pension, obviously, Social Security, taxes, inflation, what other assets you can draw from, and does it make sense to grab Social Security earlier? Wait maybe till 70 where you get the maximum bang for the buck, and then it depends on how dependent your dependent might be on that Social Security.
Well, right, and I think there's 4 elements. I did a little blog on this. I called it MATH, M-A-T-H, because the first thing you want to look at is, are you healthy, right? If somebody's not healthy, well, obviously take it probably at age 62 if you have a lower longevity expected. Lower life expectancy. M stands for market conditions. Let's say we were, in a middle of a pandemic. No, let's say we were 40% off. Would you really want to use your assets, or would you rather start Social Security? T is taxes. One of the caller mentioned a penalty if they take Social Security early and they earn above $18,000 and some change. Well, that's something you have to consider as well. And of course, the A in the math is, can you afford, to retire, and will this make sense in your financial plan? So there's a lot of variables in making that decision.
So recap for me real quick. Math is M.
M stands for market conditions. A, affordability.
T,
tax considerations.
And H is
your health.
Yep.